Ho, 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 you filthy animals, and welcome to the only festive video I'm gonna do this year. You guys wanted a festive one? Look at those lights. The pips attacked my chest the other day because of this shirt. Ho, 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 ho. And what are we gonna be doing to capture the spirit of Christmas? Screaming at GoodReads, because it's become something I'm pretty passionate about. I need to caveat this video before I start it by saying, again, I legitimately love GoodReads on concept. Having a social media platform around books is incredible. And boy, oh boy, do I wish it was done better than it is. I have 2 videos on this channel just going over all the problems on their website already, and they've been pretty big videos, and the consensus from people who watch them is unanimously, yeah, we're pretty frustrated and sick of this stuff too. There are some people who are like, hey, it's just a website, you know, give them some slack, but my counter to that is they're owned by freaking Amazon, who has more resources and is one of the most cash-rich companies on the planet. And yet, for some reason, GoodReads continues to wallow in what only can be called mediocrity in terms of functionality. And again, I love GoodReads. This is criticism from the heart. I want you to do better, but you are going to lose your throne if you don't take some pretty drastic steps soon. And I know what you might be thinking, Daniel, what could be this egregious step that I consider to be far worse than what I've been talking about before? Because before, it's just been their website doesn't function well. Like, it's objectively not a high quality functioning website. And a couple of those things we're actually going to touch on again here because I discovered new ones. But for me, it's more of the spirit of what they did. I've had a lot of you ask, Daniel, what are your thoughts on GoodReads' Best of Fantasy of 2019? And I wanted to make that video towards the end of the year, and I was excited to talk about it. I legitimately was like, hey, this is an easy video. I just give my thoughts on what the highest rated books on GoodReads are for the fantasy genre that have, you know, over a certain number of votes. Great, let's go check it out. And I found GoodReads' Best of Fantasy 2019 list. But it was a popularity contest. That's not best, that's most popular. Those are very different things. So of course, the people who won the popularity contest are just the best-selling authors who have the most fans. And Leigh Bardugo won with Ninth House. And I'm actually very okay with that victory. Ninth House is a great book, and I have no problem with her winning. There was also a book that came out in 2018 in the finalists, but whatever, moving on. And I was like, oh, this is the wrong list. I need to go find another one because this is the most popular list. It's titled Best of Fantasy 2019, but it's not best, it's most popular. So I'll go find the best. And after some pretty aggressive Googling, there wasn't a best of list. There's only a most popular list. Strange.
But Daniel, that means the entire list is likely just a ploy for Amazon to pad the sales of their most popular series.
So let me just go on GoodReads and go to the fantasy subgenre, go to books published in 2019. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, why don't I just sort the fantasy genre by highest rated and then just look for the ones that came out in 2019. Oh, we can't do that either. Can't sort by highest rated. In fact, the sorting on the website is pretty much non-existent. All right. So why is the one website, because there's no other website that has the amount of reviews and audience engagement that GoodReads has revolving around books. There's certainly not the same quality of reviews on Amazon, because you got a lot of people leaving 1-star reviews for great books because, like, you know, their package was damaged or something, which completely doesn't reflect the quality of the book and makes the Amazon reviews obsolete. And then there's just other websites, but again, GoodReads has a number of reviews for all popular books. That means you're getting an average from a really good sampling size. And if you know anything about, like, okay, sampling sizes and how that translates to this is accurate, they're the one place to go. They own pretty much single-handedly the website to check out for reliable fantasy reviews from a massive audience. Obviously not for every book. If a book only has 50 reviews, that's not going to be the most accurate because that's just the author, some of his friends, their significant other, and whatever. So I then went to my Discord and was like, I have to be missing something. And I sent out a message to everybody and was like, guys, what am I missing here? Where's the actual best of fantasy, highest rated books in the genre, over 500 reviews, let's say, because around that point you start getting accurate in terms of it's going to balance out and stay in that lane pretty much. Where is it? Doesn't exist. Nope, doesn't exist. The one reading social media website, instead of doing a really here's the best and possibly making authors' careers, taking people who only sold maybe 10,000 copies, got 500 reviews, and are struggling still, but have a great book, and propelling them by having this end of the year list, which could right around the holiday season make someone's freaking career. No, we're going to do a popularity contest where people like George R. R. Martin, who's great, and Leigh Bardugo, who's amazing, and those kind of authors just stick at the top. Only the really big, notable people deserve to be here. I don't think I'm asking for a whole lot. I'm not even saying don't make the popularity contest list. That's fine by me. Great, have it. Most popular fantasy books 2019, and then boom, right next to it, the actual best ones. And here's how easy it is to make that list. I was a software engineer, as I've talked about in every GoodReads video I've made. I know how easy it is to query your database. All you need to do is say, hey, fantasy books that are published in the year 2019 with over 4.3 stars, because those are rare, and over 500 to 1,000 ratings, whatever you see fit. And then you can put out a list of, here are the actual best top-rated fantasy books of the year that were mildly successful to incredibly successful, because still some of the ones that are on your most popular list will certainly make this. And then people can actually, oh my god, I know, crazy idea, discover new books through your best of the genre of whatever genre you're doing list at the end of the year. But no, you've decided not to actually help people discover reading on your book-focused social media platform. You've just decided to take the biggest names and repedal them higher. Why? I don't know.
Because money.
I can't even begin to understand why this would not be something that is just by default done.
I just said because money.
GoodReads, I still maintain that I love you. I really do. I struggle using your website because it just loads so slow for me now, but I really want you to do better. And as a Christmas gift to me and the community here of nerds, could you do this? It wouldn't take that long. I know how easy it is to do these queries and just throw up a couple little new lists everywhere. It wouldn't be that hard. You could just copy the format you did for the most popular ones and fill them out with instead the best, and just make a couple authors' careers for the holiday season. I think it's in the spirit. I think it's appropriate and deserved. I think it is. I really, really do. And the reason this bothers me so much is there was a lot of great smaller books I read this year that maybe were with publishers and maybe weren't. The obvious example I've talked about repeatedly here on the channel is Rage of Dragons, which is sitting on GoodReads with a 4.39. A remarkably high score for GoodReads. That is killer. And that's with over 5,600 ratings and hundreds of reviews. Certainly reliable and enough to be like, yeah, this is a great book. We've had thousands of people rate it and give detailed reviews as well. It's good. But it didn't even make it, even though there are books in your most popular that are like 3.8, 3.9, way less impressive, because that little last jump is hard to make. And before recording this video, I sat down and combed through your fantasy library, trying to find every book that came out this year that had a couple thousand ratings, few hundred reviews, and put together my own list, but I couldn't. There's so many. You easily could, because you have access to your database. I don't. I have to manually search. You can do a simple query. Sorry for people who don't understand software development, but trust me, they could do it very easily. I'm blindly wandering their library that has no organization while they're sitting there with a computer that knows where everything is and what exactly all the information, and they won't give it to us. That bothers me, man. That bothers me so much. So please, for the new year, or just within the next month or so, put together hey, here's actually the best of each genre, not the user choice awards, which YouTube recently is seen as not the best judge of what the best of the year is. This is honestly the most disappointed I've been with GoodReads, because I get, not updating your website all the time. Things happen, but this just seems almost malicious to leave authors who had incredible breakouts this year and are still struggling to make that climb off a list, and instead just, a 2018 George R. R. Martin book and okay. Oh, and I'm sorry, side note, Leigh Bardugo's Nine House wasn't actually the highest rated Leigh Bardugo book on GoodReads. Another one was. From everything I can tell, her book King of Scars would have made the cut for an actual best of the year, and I as a reader would have discovered a new book to check out. But nope, I just saw the one I already read, get accommodation that apparently isn't even as good, according to your own users, as the one that won best. So please take the steps to avoid recency bias in popularity contests, and maybe just keep this list as well, and add another one to the side. That's all I'm asking for, and I don't think it's that big an ask. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here. And have a good one, y'all. Peace.
Down through the chimney with lots of toys.